Over the years, there's been a shift into consuming diets which literally contain no salt. But what if I told you that including salt in your diet can actually help you build muscle? Would you believe me? Stay tuned to find out why and how. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. I'm Adam Scott, this is Adam Scott Fit, and today we're going to talk about how salt can increase muscle growth. So let's start with a basic definition. So salt, otherwise known as sodium, what it does, it enables the transmission of nerve impulses around the body. It's an electrolyte, just like potassium, calcium, and magnesium. So it enables the electrical charge in and out of cells. So it's important for everyday bodily function. But probably what you didn't know, it can actually assist in the metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. It's pretty well known that salt increases water retention, but what is probably tiny bit less well known is it actually increases water retention within the muscle cell.
Real nice.
So it swells that muscle, increasing the volume, and thus increasing the power output as well. But that's not where I'm going to stop. So bodybuilders, we all know they cut salt leading up to a photo shoot, leading up to a contest, something like that. Even physique athletes, models, they always cut salt leading up to it. But then a few hours before, what they'll do is they'll increase the amount of salt. So they'll salt load and they'll increase the amount of carbohydrates. I can't miss that one out with it. So combining the two, this will seriously increase the muscle volume and fullness, thus leading to them looking like tanks on stage. So those two are important there, but I'm not going to stop there. So if you haven't ran to your cupboard and emptied the whole entire salt jar into your mouth, don't do that, by the way. You're going to want to add salt to your diet after this. So basically what it does is, as well, on top of everything I've mentioned, it will increase oxygen within the blood, which will lead to basically increased muscle size. But when you increase oxygen within the blood through using salt, and you also take like a nitric oxide booster, say something like beetroot powder, or eat some beetroots, or have some pomegranates, or in your pre-workout supplement, throw a pinch of salt in there, what you'll do is you'll experience a double whammy. So when you're doing that, you will increase the likelihood of anabolic amino acids such as leucine being transported into the muscle cells. Generally speaking, more nutrients will be transported to the muscle cell, and you will see a further increase in cell volume. Thinking about sodium is especially important if you sweat a lot when you work out. If you do workouts where you sweat a lot, you go to the sauna, then you will experience a loss of sodium quite a lot more than most other people. So it's important to remember that and replenish for that. And also if you're doing a fasting protocol, you deplete minerals, and sodium is probably one of the fastest depleting minerals. Don't forget about the rest of the electrolytes like potassium, calcium, and magnesium. I personally don't take calcium, get enough through diet, but with magnesium I supplement on, and potassium I just make sure I have an avocado a day. And also if you're missing out on potassium, you can add some cream of tartar in your morning water with a pinch of salt as well. That's if you're fasting, and that's very fast friendly. And another reason to include salt in your diet is basically to increase sleep. You're probably thinking, wait, I'll wake up thirsty. I don't mean like drinking like a ton of salt. You don't want to go overboard with the salt, but basically having enough salt so you could actually include salt in your dinner will actually increase ADH. ADH is the antidiuretic hormone. And what this does is when this increases, this will prevent you from peeing during the night. So it'll stop you from waking yourself up to go to a pee at night time. So there are loads of other ways you can increase ADH, but that is one quick fix, and that's more for another video. So remember, do not go overboard. If you want to look at how much salt to add, look at the rest of your diet. If you're eating out a lot, you're probably getting more than enough salt in your diet. If you are eating ready meals, you're probably getting more than enough salt in your diet. If you're eating pre-made like chicken, pre-made, anything pre-made usually has more than enough salt.
It's salty. Hey, come here you.
Yes, chef.
Taste that. Corey, you as well.
And if you're looking for the best salt, I recommend Celtic sea salt. Himalayan salt's good, but it can be a bit high in iron and less high in other minerals. But the gist of it, don't use table salt. It usually contains glass and microplastics, and you don't want table salt. But all in all, don't go overboard with salt. And if you're fasting, you'll probably need a bit more. If you're sweating loads, you'll probably need a bit more. But a good guideline is probably anywhere between 1 to 2 grams of added salt, especially if you're eating foods which are higher in salt, like pickles, like olives. A lot of people swear by including those foods that are naturally higher in salt. And also dairy products contain salt as well. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, which I think you probably did, give it a massive thumbs up, or I hope you did anyway. If you did enjoy it as well, be sure to share it with a friend, someone maybe you know that's just starting out in their fitness regime, or someone that may not know this. Either way, if you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button, hit that bell notification to be alerted as soon as I post another video. And if you would like to follow my daily life, go to my Instagram, Adam Scott Fit. I'm posting my meals, what I eat daily, sometimes why, the odd tip, trick here and there. And my Instagram's more focused around some corrective exercise and anti-stress tips. So be sure to check that out. And until the next video, keep pushing those limits.